And recording is
has
and penis. I got the intro cock. I'm all over it.
Hey everybody, it's Gladys back here once again, and with me as always are Cryptic, Panther.
Hey everybody.
And doing work.
What up?
So first off, we'd like to announce that we're going to be making some changes to the format of how we do the Bottlefield. The biggest change is that we will no longer be talking exclusively about the Battlefield franchise. We'll still be covering all the Battlefield information we can get our grubby mitts on, but for now and moving forward, we'll be expanding the podcast to cover other gaming areas as well, such as gaming news, what we're currently playing, upcoming games, and every once in a while, as the news dictates, we will have what we refer to as a penis topic. This will be something that makes us mad, or something that is fucking over gamers, etc. So that'll be the negative of the show eventually. Battlefield will still be the primary focus, but we've decided to expand the podcast to cover the other areas. So without further ado, let's get the show on the road. First up, we'll be covering our true love, Battlefield 1, and also the show Flash. If any of you watch that, just stop now. Just shut off the computer, take it outside, and burn it.
You're such a
it's just so bad.
sipper.
Stop. This is going to turn into a TV podcast if we let it.
No,
Battlefield
I
1.
refuse.
Back on topic. There was apparently some leaked patch notes. A Reddit user by the name of Moondiggerman has posted 6 days ago and said that he was told by somebody in the know that he trusts that there will be a plethora of new things coming shortly. So some of the information is that the next patch is going to arrive on December 13th. And some other stuff that we're going to talk about here. So we've got some discussion points, some things that we just wanted to mention. The first one is that the next patch on December 13th will include the new map, Giant Shadow, which we know was promised for December. In that map, the Behemoth is once again an armored train. There will be all types of vehicles. Yeah, I know. All types of vehicles, including boats in the river, and it will include a storm effect dynamic weather. I'm excited for a new map. I think it's about time.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I got no problems. We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
The thing is, so this patch and the map, it's definitely, it's definitely the map's coming. We know that.
Yeah.
But as for this patch stuff, it's still a rumor, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
To release the map and the patch all in one go. So,
well, it's been
Behemoth,
a bit since the last update.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, the Behemoth being the train, it's like, yeah, the train's good. Better than the boat. Better than the boat.
Yeah, definitely better than the boat.
Better than the Dreadnought, I should say.
I don't know, man. I like the Dreadnought.
Really?
Well, I guess I've only ever fucking gotten it like twice, and 3 times. Once I was only ever the pilot after the boat captain after dude bailed after he wrecked the fucking thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the train I've actually done some damage in it a few times, and same as the airship I've done damage in it. So, the train is meh for me as well, but at least it's better than the Dreadnought. Yeah. In my opinion.
I mean, I just kind of something I mentioned pre-podcast was I just wish there'd be a little bit more variety for the Behemoths. Like there's 3 is nice, but whenever they show up, it's gone the route of I'll use the dirty word here, levolution a little bit for me. I'm just kind of jaded on like every engagement, like every map having one of these things. Like I feel like they should be more special. Like they shouldn't be on every map, or each map should have like a different way that they're incorporated. I mean, something just like that they show up again every map that you play. Like to me, kind of ruins the effect. They just get a bit old.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like. I want to get back on that Dreadnought for a minute. And it goes back to what we always talk about, like teamwork. I don't have fun in it if I'm just playing by myself. But if I'm driving it, the mortars are devastating if you've got people telling you where to direct your fire on flags. You can murder stuff.
That's true. But like I said, I guess it's just never been to the point where getting the Dreadnought's been the big turning point. On that train, if the enemy team has any fucking brains, the train is done in no time.
Yeah.
I was in the train today and spawned in, and I was just one of the gunners, and man, the train conductor just wasn't doing the greatest job. He was just trying to push it between C and D. We couldn't even cap a flag, and we were just getting pounded in the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, the airship probably is the toughest of the ones to take down. The Dreadnought, half the time when it spawns, I just don't go near the water. I never seem to be usually affected by the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems to be
I think a lot of people don't know that you have the mortars in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it could be it,
in the
too.
Dreadnought. Same thing.
I've been killed by it a couple times, but it's never been the threat that the train possesses or the airship. I mean, the airship to me is the most devastating.
Yeah.
Well, they
it can go pretty
the
much
Dreadnought
everywhere.
big guns. It's almost like a volley from a. Well, I guess it is a volley from a battleship.
Yeah.
So like where the train is the one big thing, the Dreadnought, it's like 4 or 5 like HE rounds. That thing is it's murder. If the guy has half a brain, that is.
Exactly.
And the train, man, if you get 2 dudes with AT mines, it's a game. It's a wrap. It's over.
All right. So, I mean, like we said, the new map is coming. We know that for sure, so that's confirmed. The rest of this is going to be, believe it at your discretion, really, because it's apparently been leaked, but not confirmed.
Yeah.
But the only thing that we do know is that sometime this December there will be the new map. So hopefully some of these things come true. Some more things that they're working on is apparently a big focus on the user interface, fixes for customization, and medals and battle pack rewards are being reworked. Also more custom servers, including custom ticket rates. So these are all good things. I mean, I think most of the complaints about the game, us notwithstanding, has been about the UI and medals and battle packs. I mean, just about everybody's saying the same thing. So if they are, in fact, working on these things, or reworking them, rather, then I think that's only a good thing.
Chia.
I don't know if they could. I don't know if they could make it worse when it comes to like the medals and battle pack stuff. And the UI, the only way they can make that worse is make it slower.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it really just, to me, begs the question of, after so many games, how has DICE fucked up this badly on the menu?
Yeah.
Well,
and DICE, by the way, if you hear this, that is not like a challenge accepted moment. Just it's not.
Well, I mean, it's
really,
not all them
it's
too.
genuine bewilderment.
I know the team at Uprise is what started the new UI changes for Battlefield 4 and what Battlefield 1 is. So working with a new partner, I think, is probably where the challenges come from.
Yeah, it's, to me, not intuitive at all, the way, I mean, we're going to bring out the stick again a little bit, but the fucking medals
Where's that horse's body at? I know
they
that
don't
motherfucker's
make
laying around in here
any
somewhere.
goddamn sense.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, like I said, I'm not a fan of the menu system at all. That screen with who done what I don't care. Like if I make the top, those top 5, whatever, I'm like, oh, whatever. I go on to my KD in the next, on the scoreboard screen, or if I'm playing with my buddies, I'll go look at the squad screen to see how well we did. That's after that, I don't give a shit about the rest of it. Yep. So, like, I think that screen with the showing people's avatars, I give 0 fucks.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So another point is, when selecting operations, you'll be able to choose to join as either attack or defend. This could be a problem. I'm anticipating one side being stacked.
Mm-hmm.
I also think
slightly.
that this is probably not something that too many people asked for. I don't think. I think mainly people have been asking about operations to make it usable in the server browser.
Make a full-on playlist or
Yeah.
something like where you can say I want to do iron walls and I can't remember the names of them off the top of my head, but let me pick 2 different ones or whatever. So if once one's finished, don't give me back the damn menu.
Yeah.
Just roll it through and load up the next one, so I don't have to go back to the menu, pick a new one.
Yeah.
But picking the attack or defend. So what if 352,000 people log into Battlefield 1 and everyone wants to play a fucking defend game? You're never going to get into a game. Like that seems like a really poor choice.
That's what I picture, and I wonder if there's gonna be some sort of like auto server balancing to force the games to start. Because I can see a lot of like, 32 of 32 is, 4 of 32 waiting for more players for like an hour.
Yeah, because everyone wants to play either attack or defend on certain maps. Because certain ones are, there's better one side or the other to attack or defend in most times, right? So I haven't played enough of them in enough rotation to say, all right, I only want to defend when I'm playing this, or only want to attack when I'm playing this. I just like playing the game mode.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I see that as a problem.
One way that I could see trying to balance this would be letting people choose or whatever, and then giving a certain time limit, like maybe a minute or two, and if it doesn't balance out enough to get a game going, then it RNG randomly just rolls to put people on the sides. But then that would totally be against the point of people selecting,
making that change.
Yeah. So I don't know.
An option like, would you like to be placed in auto queue to start round, or I don't know. Leave it up to the player to pick. But again, that kind of defeats the point.
Just don't give us any more menu options that are going to make the game fucking slower.
You can just not play operations. I mean, that's how I get around this. I just don't play
operations. Operations
is
fun, though.
It is.
It's I think agreed by just about everybody that it's a good addition to the franchise. It certainly fits the time period that we're supposed to be in as well. It's to me, it's the logical expansion to the Conquest game mode.
Yeah.
It makes sense, and I think they did it well. It's just that it's become separated in almost a side game mode. It's harder to either pick what you want or to continue the experience, because once you get out of an operation set, you're booted back to the main menu. There's no option to
putting it into the server browser would probably really help.
And I can tell from experience a lot of times after even playing with a group of friends, once you either win or lose the ground operations, go back to the menu. More often than not, we switch to Conquest.
Mm-hmm.
And more often than not, it's like, oh, let's go play some Conquest then, because you can get like 4 or 5 maps in a row.
Yeah.
But I mean, like operations, if you could pick, say, 2 or 3 of a rotation, then you definitely
either that or God forbid, take some inspiration from COD, and at the end of the operations, have people vote if they want to do another operations, and have people vote on which one, and just keep it going.
Yeah, that would work too.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep, I got no complaints on that. That's a good idea. It's better than that choice coming with.
Yeah, because most people that play operations are playing it because they really enjoy it. Same thing, like we normally hop into Conquest, so we stay in Conquest, and it's easy to stay in Conquest. It's intuitive because it just keeps fucking loading. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So operations kicking you out takes you out of the experience, and like you said, when we end an operation, normally we're just like, okay, well, I guess we'll go back into playing Conquest. But if it was constantly rolling through a playlist,
there's been a few times that we've gone and loaded up another one. But yeah, I mean, it seems to be the norm for the group is, well, I'll just go play Conquest now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, just because going through the whole queue system again sucks.
Yeah.
Takes you out of the experience, makes it less seamless.
Definitely.
So yeah, I think at the end of it, if it has enough people that want to carry over, then it should just start again on whatever map that they vote for. I think that'd be a more intuitive way to do it, and keep people in the game mode.
Agreed. Dice,
please. So another thing is, and remember, this is rumor, not confirmed. The quit button should finally be fixed. Finally.
About goddamn time.
You mean it's not going to be press this button and hope the game quits?
Yeah, it's been almost 2 months and we can't quit out of a game.
Quit. Are you sure you want a black screen? Yes.
Are you sure you want to go idle?
Please close your application and restart it. LOL.
Quicker.
Again, back to the UI. I'm fucking flabbergasted. How on earth did the quit button not work? And then how on fucking earth, how on what planet does the quit button not work after a patch? What the fuck? That should have been the penis topic.
The quit button. The quit button though worked if you didn't want to see if you got a battle pack.
Yeah,
whenever
sure.
it first came out.
If you didn't
the
want to
game
look
was
at
over
any
and
of
you
the
didn't,
stats.
right.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to look at the scoreboard, if you just wanted to quit, press the button and quit. It worked. Because what they done is they extended it. But the worst thing is the menu is still fucking loads in the background. So you quit, you're quitting out of a loading menu and a loading fucking game in the background. So the quit button is like, oh, we don't know what the fuck you really want to do, so we'll just sit here until the game fucking crashes.
So let's
Or
let's
server
act like you
disconnects.
opened every program on your fucking PlayStation at the same time. Let's just do that.
Let's open up the hard drive slot in your PlayStation
Yo,
and take a
dog.
dump in it.
We heard you like 100% CPU usage. We got just the thing. It's fucking terrible.
The next thing that's rumored is that we will be rewarded scrap for being featured on the rewards screen at the end of the game.
Why is this set up as something we want to talk about? Who the fuck cares?
Well, I can somewhat see it now, and for the only reason is that they finally put something worthy for me in the battle packs, the squad boosts.
Yep.
That's the only reason that I would ever give a shit about battle packs now.
That's why I marked this, because scrap leads to battle packs, and battle packs lead to potential squad boost.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I marked this as a
So
topic.
until you are max rank, this is mildly important.
I wouldn't even say mildly important. No, it's
which
vaguely
becomes
like
fucking bullshit again.
vaguely noticeable. There you
But if you go back up to earlier where they're doing changes to battle pack rewards and stuff being reworked, who knows what they're going to change and give us? Don't know. But if they're going to make changes to the reward systems and battle packs, at least it's something that they must be listening to, realizing people fucking are not happy and they're making change.
We heard no one was happy. We're going to give everyone an extended bag for the Hell Raggle. You're welcome.
Instead of 60 rounds, it's going to have 260.
Right.
But you're gonna have to have a squad mate carry your ammo for you.
Up 'em. All right. So then there's a note here, an asterisk. Some things he said about future developments that won't make it onto the next patch, but are in the works. Apparently, there's going to be huge artillery cannons, and that will be a fourth new behemoth on a map set over the trenches, such as in the pilot story from the campaign. I mean, I did ask for more variety. I don't know how I feel about artillery cannons, though, being so big, because I think just by virtue of their existence and what they are, like giant fucking cannons that shoot explosive shit, like, they've got to feel OP. Like, there's no way that they can do this and balance it, I don't think.
And my question is going to be one side or the other, so where are they going to be placed?
Uh-huh.
Are they just going to be fired from, like, a hidden... Like, how are you going to destroy them?
It's probably going to be hidden, and what they might do... This is my guess. Now we're absolutely 100% just in conjecture,
What if
just
they'll
fucking
just
guess world.
time it like the bomber on Battlefield 4?
What I was going to say is that the artillery wouldn't be able to be seen, and that you would be off the map probably, and just kind of how you aim the mortar a little bit is you would aim at an angle but not actually be able to see where you were going. Maybe something similar to that is what I'm guessing.
But then how you defeat the behemoth? So, like, that's kind of the point of the behemoth, is to force your team to be focused on taking it out, so that then your rest of your team can mount a comeback if you had a team that had a brain.
Yeah,
but if they're gonna put up a wall of guns, the map's gonna have to be designed so they can spawn on either side.
yeah.
Because it's not always gonna be the same side gonna win or lose, right? So they're gonna have to spawn on either side, and if they're just an embankment of guns, then all they do is the whole team runs over with fucking dynamite,
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to
that's
implement.
true.
I'm interested to see it. I mean, it's something new for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm down for something
maybe
new.
they get like a limited number of shots. Maybe they're on a timer. They're out there for 120 seconds or however long it is.
Yeah, maybe
Where
it's
you spawn
maybe it's
in,
less
you
of
get
like
5 rounds and then it automatically kicks you out or something. There has to be some sort of way to ensure that it's not just pummeling.
maybe this behemoth would be designed less around like forcing the enemy to deal with you, and more of designed in the way of like clearing the enemy out so you can get the objectives back.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So if there is a timer or an ammo limit or something, maybe it is supposed to be devastating and overwhelming and somewhat clear the map of the enemy to allow your friendlies to get back in there, get a foothold, and, be in a better position on
Yeah.
the map.
Right.
That also works as well. Like I said, if this is something that is coming in the DLC next year, hey, bring it on, something new.
You know what I
Just
would
don't-
almost rather see instead of behemoths is I would rather see some type of dynamic, like some dynamic warfare effect almost. I don't know if that term works, if you know what I mean. But I would rather see something like that, to where, like, if you're so far behind, instead of triggering a behemoth, there would be some type of, like, reinforcements or something, to where, like, maybe some NPC horsemen charge through the map, or, like a couple extra tanks show up for, a couple minutes, or something to where, like, it would still be in the game gameplay like, but not some major single unit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you
So
mean.
instead,
I'm down with that.
focused on more like an actual, like, warfare type of, like, reinforcement.
But then you're kind of getting into the realm of COD with like people getting kill streaks and getting like the gunship and
No, I don't mean
dogs
anything like
and
that
stuff.
though. I mean, like, for instance, like if we're on Sinai Desert and my team is losing, we're getting hammered, and we get what would be the behemoth, but if we unlocked some type of dynamic sort of troop reinforcement or something, then all of a sudden, like, out of the sand they would open up these hatches and some fucking natives would come out and come out and reinforce us and, like, start fighting with us for a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Like,
get
maybe
what you
until
mean.
they all died. So if, like, randomly, like, I don't know, 20 natives came out of the ground and started fighting, or, out of the hills or something like that, that would be a way to give us reinforcements, to push the enemy back, to help us out, to get a foothold again. It would work essentially in the same way, but it would be a little more limited and somewhat easier to deal with. But, like, I think something like that would be a really, really interesting way, but I wouldn't really get sick of that, as I'm kind of getting sick of, like, the behemoth idea.
Yeah, I get something different. Yeah, whatever they come up with, hopefully it's not going to suck.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
fingers
story of our
crossed.
lives as gamers. Hopefully whatever they come up with doesn't suck.
Yeah, right.
That should be the tagline of the next DLC. Here's something for our fans. We hope it doesn't suck.
So, I don't know. I mean, artillery cannons, we'll see. Again, just rumor right now, but if it is going to come to fruition, then hopefully they can find some way to balance it. I don't know. All right, the next thing is dogfighting. Dogfight mode will be coming early next year and will include airships. So they mean airships like the Behemoth?
I don't know.
I hope not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
gonna
not
be
sure,
brutal.
I'm not sure how that would work.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. But dogfighting, it'll probably be the same as the one that came. What was that in?
Air superiority.
Battlefield? Air superiority. Yeah, I fucking hated it. I sucked to fly planes. I got killed.
It was
I can
okay
tell
for a
you
little bit. It was
exactly
more of a
how that's gonna
novelty.
work out. It's gonna be like shit. Cryptic Panther's left the party. Cryptic Panther's offline. That's how it's gonna work out.
Yeah, I think actually it'd be really, really cool. In theory, because I can imagine, like, the tail gunners and everything. Like, it would be extremely cinematic to have a dogfight.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely gonna play it. I mean, like the air superiority. I don't know. I guess there was like the odd time I get a couple kills, but I just found like I was I was doing nothing but running away from enemies and trying to cap flags. So the planes in this game are a lot friendlier to fly, I find. So
Yeah. Well, you also got to think of the combat being 100% completely different.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
lock-ons, no radar, or anything like that. It's purely analog, just manual firing those weapons. So I think it would be more chaotic, more hectic, and again with the sound and the visuals of Battlefield 1, it's certainly got a chance at being good.
Oh, I agree. Like I said, it just definitely. Like I said, I'm definitely having some more fun in the planes in this than I ever did in Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
So
You know what's funny? I was terrible terrible at air supremacy or superiority in Battlefield 3 and 4. But in Battlefront, I will fucking murder people in the same game mode. It's just the weirdest. And I mean, there's lock-on weapons, there's shields, there's all kinds of other shit in there. I don't know, man. It's weird.
The mechanics.
It's weird.
Yeah,
It was much
incredibly
more simple. Like the controls were very simple.
Yeah.
So maybe in a more
Well,
arcade.
that they had their evasive maneuvers, just a D-pad
button to D-pad. That was nice.
bullshit.
Well, I mean, as someone who's not a very good pilot, I found it quite refreshing.
You don't fucking have to be like, I don't know. It's way too simple now. Or not now, but I mean in that game, I think their rendition of it was like you can't do those maneuvers yourself. You can't actually do those things, but you just hit up on the D-pad and you'll fucking do it. Like that's bullshit.
Well, I mean, it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh,
Maybe you're just like 3PO evasive maneuvers, and he's like, "Got it, man." And,
yeah, but he's not flying.
Yeah.
right, but he could. Okay, we should move on.
Yeah, got him.
We should move on.
Okay, we'll move on. So the last thing here from the supposed leak is that there will be a snow map DLC pack and also 3 maps. I'm guessing this is going to be 3 of the vanilla maps. 3 maps will be reworked to be set at night in another DLC, but both are far down the line. So I think we can all agree that snow maps are something that is going to be fucking awesome.
People have been begging for snow maps since Battlefield 1 was announced.
Yep.
Yeah.
And night maps also.
Oh yeah, night maps are.
So if they're gonna rework 3 maps to be at night, what are you guys' 3 maps? If you're like your top 3 that you want to see reworked in the dark.
Jeez.
Panther, go. Off the top of your head.
God. Sinai Desert.
Okay.
Ballroom.
Okay.
Empire's Edge.
Wow, really?
Okay. Yeah. Baker.
Definitely first and foremost, Amiens.
Yep.
Can't believe the Panther
Amiens?
didn't say Amiens.
Yeah.
Amiens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, all the buildings being lit up and fires everywhere. Oh my god, I'm seeing it right now and it's just
Yeah.
I'm rock solid.
Yeah.
From without a gameplay standpoint, it would be really cool looking.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, I think
But
the
that's
map
all right.
already plays really well. It's probably
It's
my
probably the most
second
balanced
favorite
map.
Yeah. It's
the
probably
game.
my second.
Take Empire's Edge
No,
off
you can't.
there.
You already lost.
Yeah, he was just putting that one in there. That was an emergency pick.
I know. So yeah, I would say definitely meow. And then actually, I'd be really interested to see if they could pull off Argonne Forest.
I knew you were gonna say that, but
Yeah.
man, like, fuck. There's nothing for anywhere to give any light.
Well, if you think
Well,
about it though, like if they were fighting
a really, really clear sky with a bright moon and all the trees,
Yeah.
so there's like shadows and stuff.
that
That could
and
be a really cool
drop
map.
some fucking torches down.
Yeah.
And like lanterns and shit set out.
Yeah, well, I guess there's
Spotting
you probably
flares,
have-
scouts,
Yeah.
scouts as far as the eye can see.
lightning flares everywhere.
Yeah, that and then I'll agree with Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, really, you said it.
I've been figuring you were gonna agree with me because then what the other two were totally different. I think I agree with you on Amiens for sure. Yeah, and you mentioned I was kind of put on the spot. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. I got your ass.
Yeah, it was good.
So how about do we all know that Panther only wants Ballroom Blitz as a night map so that snipers on the top of the building can't see him? I mean, you know that, right?
Those castle camping cocksuckers.
Yeah. So I was gonna say Amiens. Oddly enough, Ballroom Blitz was on my list as well.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna get the name wrong, but Monte Grappa, is that the one with the windmills and the farms and shit?
No.
That's
Monte Grappa is the sloped hill with the
Oh,
yeah.
you're talking
the turret guns and stuff.
Saint Quentin Scar.
Yeah, San Quentin Scar. That would be the one, because there's like the war torn, fiery side of the map, and then there's like the
That would have
village
been
that's not quite
that would have been my
destroyed
number
yet.
4.
That would have been cool. One.
Be a good night map as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh if out of these ones
It's
we all
gonna
just
be
agree
none of
on,
them.
That's it. If it's none of them, shit.
I think Sinai Desert would be cool if it was just enough of the moonlit.
Yeah, I was about to say same thing. The moonlight is going to be heavy on there.
Because it's it'd definitely be an interesting looking map. I mean I don't know. I mean, there's potential for all of them, really.
And I'll tell you what excites me the most about it, and partially because I'm playing Scout class right now. The prospect, especially on a map like Argonne Forest, like obviously spotting flares are going to be important, but how much are they going to help you from a distance, looking through a scope? It's going to change the way that you have to play as a scout.
Yeah.
I think more so than any other class.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the fucking horror and the terror on Argonne Forest when someone picks up that flame trooper kit in the dark?
Yes.
Here's a question.
Right.
Pants will be shat.
Yeah. Here's a question. Should in the night maps, should spotting be on?
I'm gonna say yes, but at like half the distance.
I mean,
or some sort of reduced distance, because it's not like you're blind in the dark.
So you'd be talking, you have to be like within 23 fucking inches of somebody for them to show up in the fucking spot. Jesus. I tell you, if anyone's going to be, if their spotting is going to be changed at all, anyone with the periscope on the sniper class will just be ranking up the spot points in the dark.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think they should leave the gameplay, the mechanics the same. I don't think they should bother tweaking that shit. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind a couple night maps. Snow maps, not a.
Well, like we got them
behind my list.
We got them in Battlefield 4, and it was
yeah.
I mean, they were all right.
But I mean, the Battlefield 1 maps are just some of them are just so fucking gritty and so just awesome. So imagine the snow and mud, like snow and the mud and the shit. That'd be pretty wicked.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you think of any of the city maps, for instance, like St. Quentin Scar, if you add a layer of snow to that, and like the soldier's breath and everything, like I could see that easily working.
Oh yeah, and I would hope that it would. And I don't know that they can do this, but like say halfway, 3/4 of the way through the match. Like if you go to the streets where the people have been running, that it's all trampled out and worn out and muddy and stuff. Yeah. That would be super fucking cool.
Yeah, environmental effects like that.
Yeah.
That'd be
wicked. Definitely better. It'd be definitely better than the snow maps in BF4 if they can, just with the especially with Scar, considering how it is muddy now and your weapon gets covered in mud and shit. Like so definitely those type of maps would be pretty cool. So I'm looking at anything they're going to give us for content. I'm happy to see, but I just hope they don't count the DLC pack as the night maps.
Just hope it doesn't suck. All right, so that's going to wrap up the leaked patch notes. Again, this is all conjecture. We don't know, but thank you anyways, just for the discussion points, I guess, to Reddit user Moondigger Man. So we'll move on now to the news section of the podcast, gaming news. So, big event just happened, PlayStation Experience. We're going to talk about some of those things. Some of them are going to be quick. Some of them are going to go into depth for. We'll start off first with the biggest what the fuck, Death Stranding.
Anyone remembers the trailer from E3? Norman Reedus on the beach.
Yep.
Yes.
With the disappearing baby. That's pretty fucked up. Now we get the new one with John Goodman running through the.
Yeah, right.
John Goodman running through the fucking riverbed with the baby in a bottle and the fucking.
Well, that's where the baby disappeared to.
Yeah, and the doll floating in the water, to like wicked looking fucking tanks driving across that bridge and looks like fucking skeleton soldiers running off the other dudes like umbilical cords.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, but I want it.
Well, I was a pleasant surprise for me when I watched the new trailer for it. That's Mads Mikkelsen. That's Hannibal, bro.
Yep. Oh yeah, I know. I've seen all the talks and all the posts on.
I had
Reddit
no idea.
I didn't know either until I watched it. I'm like, that dude looks awfully familiar.
Yep.
And I've only watched a little bit of Hannibal, so but I started reading some stuff on it and some comments and stuff, and people were saying who it was, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's where I've seen him before.
Yeah.
But I knew you'd be a little more excited than I was. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what the fuck it is, but I want it.
Yeah, I don't know. I at this point, obviously, we have no fucking clue. Some type of futuristic, apocalyptic in a way. Um, Kojima's a pretty fucking weird guy, so all of his games,
Yeah.
have like those really weird things going on. I don't know. There's no way to tell right now what type of game it's gonna be. Um, just assume typical Kojima fashion. It's gonna be heavily story dripping. Fuck. Driven. I'm dripping right now just thinking of the trailer again.
Sipping that dessert.
Just story driven and off the wall, batshit crazy. So I mean, so far I'm in. I like what I've seen.
Yeah. I mean,
still have no idea.
It's Hideo Kojima. Like I'm gonna give it a whirl, unless the reviews come out and it's just absolute garbage. But I can't.
Well,
I can't
have
see
to
it.
feel.
He's like the Midas Touch developer, man.
Yeah, I feel like in a way this would be, and again without knowing anything about it, I feel like this is going to be the truest Kojima game as far as like his vision.
Well, yeah, because it's
he's
all
got
been
complete
Metal
control.
Gear centric up until this point.
Yeah.
I think this is his first non-Metal Gear.
Well, I was more speaking in the sense of like this is 100% like written, produced, directed.
It's
made.
his
Right.
production
Yeah,
company.
it's completely 100%.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
controlled
He's
by
not
him.
his hands are not bound on this one. He can do literally whatever fucking game he wants
Yeah.
to make.
And that's
I'd-
an exciting
I
prospect.
am
How do
interested.
you think Microsoft feels that Kojima picked Sony?
I feel like
I mean,
they
that
probably would have
relationship's-
seen it coming.
That relationship's been in place for
Oh, I know, but I mean,
Ages.
you think they might have? Do you think they?
I want to know what they offered to pay Kojima, and if he was like, no, only Sony, or if Sony had to
Yeah.
like pony up the cash.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. We'll
Yeah.
never know, but
Yeah, we'll never
If
know.
I were
Yeah, I
about
mean,
a fly
I-
on the wall.
after the way Konami treated them, fuck.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of cocklickers over at Konami.
Konami Code ain't gonna fix that relationship. But it might, I don't know.
I don't know, we'll see. So moving on, the show opened with a new Uncharted game called The Lost Legacy. And Panther, how hard are you for this?
Not.
What?
I'm not rock hard, but
So,
like,
so we're like a solid half to 3/4 value right now.
it's a fucking other Uncharted game where you get to play as Chloe. Like, fuck yes, come on. Looks amazing. I watched the trailer and I was like, this game looks fucking good. And it's Uncharted. It's Uncharted. I'm running the same engine Uncharted 4 did, and that game looked amazing. So this
Yeah.
is like the promised story DLC that it's for Uncharted 4. It's it's set future of Uncharted 4. They didn't release a lot of details on the panel that I watched. But hey, I'm excited for another Uncharted game.
Hell yeah.
I
Yeah,
played them all.
I mean, I'm gonna have to be the naysayer here. We talked about pre-podcast, a little bit in more detail. So I'll try to be a little more brief here and sum it up. The analogy that I made is, if you take a character that we've known and loved for I don't know how many, almost 10 years now. If you take this character who's done all these fantastic things, all these incredible feats, and survived all this shit, if you take a character like that and make a new game based in the same universe, like it's the same game mechanics, the same fantastic like story-driven moments, these epic action pieces. If you take all those things and just switch characters out, that to me is a disservice to the franchise. I'm not interested in an Uncharted game without Drake, because to me there shouldn't be one. For instance, an analogy that I made pre-podcast was talking about Indiana Jones. If Steven Spielberg came out and said like, "Hey, I'm making another Indiana Jones," but it's actually not going to be Indy. It's going to be this other person.
It's gonna be Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, well, and we know how that went.
Son.
Yeah. To say that
we don't speak of that.
Well, I'm speaking of it, brother. It's to me, again, like I said, it's a disservice. It's to say that all these fantastic things that happen, all these incredible things that this person or this character has survived and gone through, and all the adventures that we've been on with them, that the same thing is going to happen with somebody else. To me, it just makes, from their direction, it makes it feel less special. You know what I mean?
I get your point, and I partly agree with you. on the facts. In other words, if it's they're just going to basically kind of just swap out the character, give us Chloe instead of Drake and do the same things, right? I kind of understand. The only saving grace I have it to is because of Uncharted 2. She was a pretty, pivotal character. She went through some of the shit. You didn't play as that character. She has the same kind of, similar, I won't say similar, but she has a background in, like, archaeology knowledge and shit like that. So, I understand what you're saying. It's not Uncharted without Drake, but, I mean, they're definitely using the name Uncharted is going to sell the damn game.
Let me make this real simple for you, Baker. What reason has Naughty Dog given you to not trust them?
Not a single one, not ever.
Yep.
So, I have those same concerns, but until they piss in my bowl of cereal, I'm going to eat it.
Well, and here's my rebuttal, though, is that for the past 10 years, I've totally been engrossed in the story of this person, this character, and invested so much time and energy and effort to advance the story and the adventure of this person.
Yeah.
And when they tell me that they're going to make the same thing with another person, I don't feel like getting reinvested in it, because when they do the same mechanics, the same type of set pieces, the same adventure, and they just swap out the character, like it makes me feel like the adventures that we've been on are now squandered almost because they're less special, because it's the same thing happening. Like if I train, let me do another analogy here. If I train and go through all types of grueling hardships and adventures, or like trials and errors to run a marathon, or like some fucking huge life goal, and like everybody loves my story, and then somebody else like does the same thing, I feel soiled because of that. Like it makes me feel like it's less worthy.
Or you go through a lot of that with this other person, and then you and that person have an offspring, and you train that offspring, and they blaze their own trail and do their own adventures along the same vein. There's another side, devil's advocate. It could be good.
Man,
it's going to be interesting to see what they do with it. That's for damn sure.
Like that anybody, if you want to talk about this character and any single game, or even a portion of the game, that anybody survives the shit that they go through is ridiculous already. So we'll set that off the table.
Yeah.
But that they both survive the same fantastic epic action pieces and all the shit that goes down, no, I don't think so. It just I don't buy that they're such superhero action stars that they're both going to be believable. I don't think so.
Now I don't want
it. Let me add the caveat that it's probably going to play and feel fantastic, and if you love Uncharted, you'll probably love it. This is my personal reservation. I'm not saying the game's going to be bad. I absolutely believe that they're going to make an amazing game.
I know what you're saying, and I understand your points, but with the way that they stated with Uncharted 4 was the finishing of Drake's story.
Yep.
So they never said it was the last Uncharted. Whether this is technically, they never stated there was going to be another Uncharted. So whether this is going to be turned into some new franchise, or this is just the DLC they promised for the story mode, and this is going to be the end of it, I don't know. But I mean, I'm excited to see where it goes. And being a fan of Uncharted, I cannot see myself not picking this up. So
yeah, and
I'm happy for it. It's an action adventure, third person game. It's fun. I mean, yes, okay, it's not Drake, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah.
And I'd be more angry if it was a character coming in that nobody had ever heard of. But I mean, she's been in a couple other games. Like there's some background there.
Sure.
Exactly.
So it'll be good.
I don't want to hear a word when Lara Croft's boyfriend gets his own game. I'm just saying.
You won't. I'll probably play that too. Shit.
You guys would be like, "What the fuck is Baker talking about? This is great."
What boyfriend? I don't know. I haven't finished the last Tomb Raider, so no spoilers.
She's a lesbian.
No, not a spoiler at all. That was just a bullshit.
I know you're kidding, but I'm just saying.
Anyways, let's move on here. So I don't know. It's an interesting idea, but we'll have to just agree to
handle with care, Naughty Dog. Handle with care.
Yeah, as always. They always do. I have faith in them. I don't know why we're even fucking talking about this. This shouldn't even be included.
I mean, we don't have to.
Somebody
we can just
fucked
move
up.
on.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
When this was announced, I watched the PSX live. When this was announced, the audience went fucking nuts. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Go fuck.
I haven't cared about fighting games since like Tekken and the original Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah.
Like, to me, fighting
Instinct.
and we might get a lot of hate for this, but like fighting games haven't evolved in 20 years for me. Like,
No.
it's still, you're looking at the screen, and on the left side there's a guy, on the right side there's a guy, and they just mash in the middle until one is down. Like,
Yeah.
there's been no evolution to fighting games for me in the past 20 years.
No,
I mean, the only thing is with the last Mortal Kombat, some of the over top specials and the violence has been ramped up.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
that's all
fucking
they can
wicked.
do.
I love like the X-ray shit, but
Yeah.
the core mechanics like
No.
are they just haven't fucking done anything. So like that there's a new fighting game every year, a new Street Fighter or a Marvel vs. Capcom or like whatever it is, Injustice. You know, it's
Grandma
still the
versus
same
Grandpa.
fucking thing. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not interested. I mean, other people may be, and hey, that's your prerogative. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it was like whatever. I don't understand why the fans would ape shit crazy, but maybe it's the Marvel. I mean,
Well,
okay,
no,
and
I
I
mean-
mean it's the Marvel characters and the old Capcom characters. Maybe that's the big thing, but I was like, whatever.
There's a very like storied and large competitive user base for that game series. I just don't fucking care about it. It's probably gonna be really cool if you're into that sort of stuff. It's just it ain't for me.
Yeah.
Tekken 2 was like the last fighting game I genuinely gave a shit about.
yeah. All right, we'll move on. Wipeout. It's coming.
Who gives a fuck?
Meh.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
care.
I mean,
Retro Racer, I just don't give a shit.
yeah, I didn't care for it when it was first out. I know a couple people in our group chat that we have, or Anders was one person that stated that was interested in it. But other than that, I don't know if anyone else is really hyped up for it in our group of friends.
Yeah, I feel like the problem with trying to bring these games back, like all the remasters and everything that we're seeing, is that some of these games are too far gone gameplay-wise. They're not really enjoyable anymore. We've been spoiled with the evolution of games and gameplay and different mechanics being shown that, like, going back to a game feels so clunky and like, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot this isn't in it, or I can't do this, or what the fuck? Like, you know, it's... Going back is a nostalgia factor that a lot of people try to cash in on, but rarely ever does it live up to the memory.
Yeah, and I hope they're not. Like, they should really be remastered and not redone, but like, you know, the controls and the things need to be brought up, almost reworked. Like, I'd rather see reworked versions of old games.
Yeah.
So to speak. Like, I don't know if you guys played any of the Legacy of Kain series, like Soul Reaver and all that sort of stuff, but if you give me that game that plays like an Uncharted game, like, I can't give you $60 fast enough. But if you're just gonna take the old Soul Reaver game and like polish up the graphics a little bit and give it to me as it was,
And that's usually what they do.
then it's, you know, it'll be cool, but is it gonna be cool enough for me to spend $30-$40 on? Probably not.
Nope.
Yeah, so Wipeout wasn't a big thing for me. I zero fucked that.
Yeah.
And they could have made it really, really fucking cool. Like, have you guys seen videos online for that, shoot, I don't know what it's called, but it's, every now and then I'll see a GIF from this, like, bananas racing game where cars are doing all kinds of wild jumps.
Yeah.
And I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know what it's called, but, like, they could have done something like that. Like, I mean, they're fucking, like, space rocket ships. They should be able to do cool stuff. Stupid
no
Wipeout.
idea.
Shut up, Wipeout. No one likes you.
We'll move on to another topic that nobody gives a shit about. Destiny is getting new content.
Yo,
Yeah.
rest in peace.
Whatever.
What happened? You were such a fan. What happened?
It's good. I I just got tired of it. I got all my free DLCs, and I didn't see enough in Rise of Iron to warrant. Now, that's not to say that if Rise of Iron doesn't, if it goes on sale for like $10 at some point, I might pick it up. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see what the player base looks like, but it was good. I got my $80 worth, and then some.
I regret very strongly. I actually, you know what, and this is going to be controversial and might hurt a little bit, but I'm happier with my purchase of No Man's Sky than I am Destiny.
Oh, wow. That's a heavy statement, dude.
Damn.
That is a heavy statement.
Yes, it is.
Jeez.
Read into that as you will, because I'm very unhappy with No Man's Sky, and I feel like I got more money's worth out of that than Destiny.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow. Damn. That's a shocker, folks.
Mind
You
blowing.
heard it here first.
Right?
Damn.
Because I was like way more angry with No Man's Sky than I was with Destiny. I never really got angry with Destiny. I just grew out of it.
Oh, I didn't get angry with it either. I just thought it was a piece of shit.
Destiny for me, part of it was my own fault. I burnt myself out in that game hard.
Yeah.
That's what ended me in Destiny, and I didn't really care for the PvP stuff. It was the raiding and playing levels and stuff with friends was the fun for me, but I just ground myself into the ground of the fucking game. I got so sick of seeing it, I deleted it.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have farmed for spin metal for like 9 hours of your work shift all the time. That probably didn't help things.
No.
All right, so let's move on to another nostalgia cash-in. Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
They're releasing a collection of remasters.
Yeah, not interested.
Yeah. The same thing we talked about with Wipeout. It's not going to be reworked or updated really. It's just hey, it's these old games again. You can buy them again.
It's gonna be in 4K.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like watching a YouTube video of these old things like on 1080p. It's still going to be old as shit.
I mean, they got to do something. That game is so old. I played that game inside of Uncharted 4, so clearly there was not a lot there.
Yeah. No. I get it. I'm not interested at all. They can do what they want with it. I'm not interested.
Yeah. I just don't care. I mean, I liked the games when I was a kid. They were some of the original PlayStation games that I really enjoyed. But yeah, I mean, as far as going back, like I would never find myself in a situation now as an adult grown gamer that's like, fuck yeah, Crash Bandicoot. Like, no. No, dude,
Right.
don't care. Long sailed from that ship.
Diddy Kong Racing, yeah.
Diddy Kong Racing, fuck. All right, so Panther, tell us how the world reacted to the announcement of COD World League.
Well, the lady came on stage and she was pumped up, and she's like going on, oh yeah, COD World League announced, blah blah, and the fucking crowd was just like, it was crickets, man. I thought it was hilarious. Like they were like, we don't give a fuck, lady, just talk about something other than this.
It would have been really funny if everyone stood up and like went to the bathroom.
Show us pictures of your kids. It was probably would have been their big response versus this COD World League. Like, I was surprised. I mean, I'm not a COD fan, and I know none of us here are COD fans, the new COD anyways. But it's like there's a lot of people out there that just love the COD games, and they're just like, they're fucking fanatics about it. I mean, there's like everybody on just like, I don't give a fuck. It was funny. I enjoyed that part.
Not a person over 14 was excited that day. What? Just out of curiosity, like, did you read what it was? I mean, is this like a worldwide tournament?
No, it's
ladder
just a competitive event. That's it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like a world event of like all these people get together. It's like MLG Pro versus like an MLG Pro style competition. And there's lots of money up for grabs. It's like, whatever. I'm not interested.
The funny thing is that regular gamers like don't even participate in this. I think that's why it was such a really quiet reception. Because the gamers are like, well, why the fuck would we care? We would only care about this if we want to watch that, and we'd rather just play the fucking game.
Yeah.
So,
I think they announced this at the wrong event.
You came to the wrong neighborhood.
Yep.
The gamers are like, what are we getting? What's coming out? Like, this is great. And then they're like, hey, these professionals are going to play.
Yay.
See, that thing should say Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered Edition will be released as a standalone game.
Yeah.
And then the crowd would have went bananas.
We're gonna have to find a replacement for this podcast when that happens. We're not gonna see you again.
Do I need to go turn Skyrim on? Is that what it is?
Jesus.
All right, so we'll move on. Resident Evil 7, a creepy-ass new trailer, and an update to the beta.
Yes. I don't know how much. They said there was an update to the beta. I don't know. Hopefully, if there's someone that's played it, can comment on this. I haven't got a chance to play it. The new beta. I played it when it was coming out, the first beta, and it was creepy as fuck. It was cool. I enjoyed it. I never played a lot of the horror games, like from start to finish. I played a bit of that other horror game that was popular last year, and the new beta came out this year for it. So I don't know if I'm gonna get into this Resident Evil and play it when it comes out, but I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah, it looks like they're taking it back to the horror roots.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I'm super excited for, because Resident Evil to me is a great legacy franchise that hasn't been fulfilled. They go in a different direction usually. There's been all these different offshoots of like minor games, and I don't know, like I just haven't given a fuck about the franchise for a while. So if they could come out with another solid ass horror game, and make zombies scary, they've got a real chance to revive this franchise, and that's what I hope for. So.
And the fact that it's playable in VR, there's going to be people screaming their fucking asses off playing in VR.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And work, you're just meh on this.
I think Resident Evil 2 was like the last one that I honestly played front to back. I don't fucking care.
Second we're done recording, turn on your PlayStation. Don't turn on Skyrim first. Go to the fucking PlayStation store and download the fucking beta and play it. There you go.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know.
Do it.
Or you can play Skyrim while it's downloading. How about that?
Yeah.
Is it like Dead Space?
No, this is not like the Resident Evil that you're thinking of. Just go play.
It's significantly changed from.
It's
past,
like a
past couple titles.
Yeah. Maybe.
Say it's research for the podcast. How about that? Say it's research for the podcast. How about that?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Got him.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna be playing it. I'm gonna be recording it and uploading it to my channel. So
nice.
So I'll definitely have a comment on it next time.
Okay. We'll move on. We've received a new trailer for Ace Combat 7. I think a lot of us are fans. Well, the three of us. I say a lot of us, but there's three of us here. I think we're fans of the franchise. Completely, right?
Yeah, I mean it's been a long time since I played an Ace Combat game, like a long time.
Yeah.
But
they were cool though. I always enjoy them.
Yeah.
I always liked them. For me, actually, they always remind me a little bit. I got kind of a Kojima feel, a little bit, somewhat in the stories, like just some weird shit was happening because you've expected to be fairly straightforward, like just combat, but then like sometimes in some of those games, some weird shit goes down. And with it being like not American made, like it always has some type of different feel for me. I don't know.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And I mean, this year's, I know there's some, special missions or something that are VR. Like, I thought this was originally coming out as a VR title, because whenever they're doing the big VR push, this was one title that they was showing, and I'm like, oh, they're just kind of doing like an Ace Combat. They're going to give you a bunch of jets to fly around, and that's kind of be a VR title, but apparently it's like a full-on title release, and there's just going to be some VR missions, apparently. So there's still more details to come on as far as I know, but there's more information on their website. But it looks interesting. I'm definitely gonna wait to see what comes out. It's not going to be like a top of my list, like a day one buy or nothing for me, but I'm definitely interested to see what they got in store for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope that they can do justice to it, because I always liked the Ace Combat franchise, and I haven't played any type of aerial combat game since what was one of the launch titles for, I think, PS3, the OK2 Sturmovik. if I remember the name correctly.
Oh yeah, something. Yeah, that. Yeah, I can't remember if that's pronounced right, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, probably not pronounced right, but yeah, that was a pretty fun game. I like
We're not
that.
about pronunciation here.
Nah, fuck no.
Yeah, no. Grammar Nazi not welcome.
But yeah, no. Ace Combat was always a good series. It was always a lot of fun, and it was a singular experience too. I don't think that I've played another game that reminds me of Ace Combat really. So, if you enjoy that experience, then this will probably.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no other like fighter plane shooter kind of. I mean, they kind of have like a niche genre there that they've been enjoying for some time.
Long time.
They're like the Need for Speed of the skies. Like nobody's really doing what they're doing, and they usually do it pretty well.
Yeah, they do. So we'll see. Hopefully, some more information comes out soon.
Indeed.
We'll talk about. I'm gonna skip Shuhei Yoshida. We all love him. He's great.
I just thought it was cool when he came out. The fucking fans were Yoshida. They were just fucking chanting his name like he's some fucking messiah. It's hilarious. It was awesome. I think
have
he's
to ask
hilarious.
though. I didn't watch this. I know that you did. You watched the presentation.
Yeah.
What was he actually out there for?
He talked about some like Last Guardian he mentioned, and then he was talking about some other titles, like if you go down the list, there's a couple I didn't list just for the fact that a lot of titles that I didn't really know about, didn't really care about, unfortunately. But the Last Guardian was kind of his big intro piece that he done. But yeah, I like listening to him. He's hilarious.
Yeah. It's always a good time with Shuhei.
If I was him, I'd have walked out with an Xbox One and a sledgehammer and smashed it, and then immediately had the arena go dark and play the Last of Us 2 trailer and just walk off the stage. Dude, I wouldn't have said a word.
That would have been the
that
best.
video on YouTube would have get so many hits.
Oh man.
Just kind of look at the camera and wink and just walk off the stage. Savage.
The fucking crowd would have just been like, they would have blew the roof off.
You thought they went crazy for Marvel v Capcom? Wait till you see this.
Oh my
Damn.
God. I hope someday we see that happen.
Right.
The Xbox killer. God.
That's hilarious.
That wouldn't go over well.
No, probably not. So a game that has been in development hell for years now is finally coming out. The Last Guardian. So for you guys that don't know what that is, it's made by the same guys that made Ico and Shadow of the Colossus.
Ico?
Ico. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I said, right?
You said Eco.
No, I don't. You said it just now.
You said Echo. It's not Echo the
There's
Dolphin.
an echo.
It's not a fucking shitty Toyota car.
Yeah. So, hey, I had an echo. It wasn't that bad. Anyways, Last Guardian. It's finally coming out. They showed another trailer for it. I just can't work up any motivation to get hyped for it. I feel like it's been way, way too far gone. It's been announced, and I don't even remember what year it was announced, but a fucking long time ago. It's just been through too much going wrong for it.
I wrote this game a long time ago.
I don't know. Like, all excitement has staled and dried from years of non-activity.
You are no longer moist on the subject. Understood.
Like doing work.
This game is so old. It used to walk to school uphill both ways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'll be honest. Whenever the people were going and calling about The Last Guardian all the time, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I was in the loop on this game. I seen the gameplay trailer E3, and I was like, hey, that looks kind of neat. Definitely looks interesting, but I don't have I never played, and I mean, I'm probably going to get growled at and commented, hated, and shit on, but I never played Shadow of the Colossus and Ico. I didn't play them. I was playing other things at the time. I guess I just didn't have any friends that were into the games and just missed out on them. But
yes, listeners, you heard that correctly.
I did not play it. I hear it's like everyone just, drools and loves it, but like I said, I missed out on playing it. It happens, man. It happens.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to play this game. But after reading some of the early reviews, I mean, the story and stuff seems to be the biggest focus and getting lots of positives. But people are talking about there's struggles with like the gameplay and mechanics, like and controls. I'm like, that just ruins it. That takes you out of the game if the controls suck. So I'm definitely gonna wait for some more actual hands-on reviews. I'm probably gonna watch some YouTube videos on it. But this is gonna be something down the road I may pick up to play when I find it on sale somewhere. Yeah, but yeah. I'm like Baker. I'm not hyped for this at all.
Yeah, it's getting incredibly mixed reviews also, which to me is usually not a good sign.
Yeah.
Some people completely love it, and in their positives, they of course list the story and like the relationship in the game. But nearly all of them, even the good reviews, have commented on the clunky controls or bad gameplay in certain areas. Like, I don't know. It seems like a mixed bag, and it's not going to be for everybody. But I think generally most people say that it's a decent game at least. So I don't know. For as much development hell as it went through, I absolutely believe that it's probably decent.
When does it come out?
Here in the next couple days, I think.
It's that close. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like on the 6th.
Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, it's the 6th.
As a recording of this, yeah.
Yeah.
As a recording, this comes out on the 6th. Yeah.
Damn. I'm not gonna get it right away.
No.
But I mean, if it's, I have to believe that it's at least as good as Shadow of the Colossus. I mean, I have to. Like the eternal optimist in me can't imagine that it's not at least that good.
Well,
not that game was like amazing, but it was groundbreaking. It was really cool.
Well, that's the point that I was about to make. Shadow of the Colossus is kind of like lightning in a bottle. With the time that it came out, there wasn't anything even remotely like it on the market.
Yeah.
And it had such a sense of wonder to it that it cannot be replicated. And now, today, so many years later, the market is saturated with all kinds of stuff, and indies are releasing that do whatever they want, and you have these games that are just about exploration or just the story, or these games that are more like experiences. And like there's so much out in the market that I don't know that we're gonna see a game come out and have the same effect like Shadow of the Colossus. I really don't. And even somebody like Panther that's never played it, if he went back today and played it, he would probably feel like it was underwhelming. Like it was clunky, and he would probably get annoyed with some of the mechanics. So like I said, lightning in a bottle. I think that the perfect time, perfect place for it to come out. There was nothing like it, and it was groundbreaking. It was unprecedented.
It's definitely got an uphill battle ahead of it. That's for damn sure. But I'm not ready to write it off just yet. We'll see.
No, I think we're all hoping for good things. But,
We'll see. I really feel like this game should have been a PS4 launch title.
Yeah, I think it
probably would have positioned
it might have
itself
originally
a lot better.
planned to be.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be a PS1 launch title.
That's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough with all the other games that are available now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, it comes out as of this recording tomorrow, so there'll probably be some streams up. More reviews will be flooding in, so we'll see.
Damn right.
Hopefully it does good. I think we're all wishing for the best.
I think so too.
So there's a lot of games that are also listed here that most of us just don't give a shit about, so we'll actually just skip over mentioning those. We've got them all written down here, but
if you just want to, I don't know if you want to mention one or two of them.
Just fire off some titles.
Yeah.
Okay. Parappa the Rapper, Loco Roco, Patapon, those are being remastered. Knack 2, Gravity Rush 2. Gran Turismo Sport, they gave a sneak peek, which none of us are really interested in racing games, but Panther, you might get it. Ni no Kuni 2, which is some anime bullshit, I don't know.
Japanese RPG.
Sure. Yakuza 6 is coming to PS4, which I think, you and I are fans of it, and Panther's never played it.
Yeah.
I'm looking to play it. Heard good things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yakuza's a solid franchise. It's good. I'm excited. Dreadnought. This is one that we're a little split on. the consensus between the three of us is that it's free to play, so we'll probably take a look at it. But it looks like it's going to be 5-on-5 spaceship battles, close quarters, probably fighting over some objective. It's basically going to be a MOBA, and they're insistent that free to play is the model they're going with. It's not going to be pay to win. So we'll see. We're all kind of curious about it, and we are for sure going to try it because it's free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Absolver is an online melee game. None of us really give a shit. It looks mediocre.
I thought I made that pretty clear. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a game called Let It Die.
It's free. It's free right now on PS4.
It's free now on PS4. It looks awful though.
It's supposed to be like over top gore and violence. I haven't played it, but I download. I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
It's free.
For PSVR, there's a game called Star Blood Arena. It's an arena fighting game. Also zero fucks from us. How do you say this, Panther? What's the name of this thing?
I think it's Nio.
Nio?
I think.
Neo. There is no.
It's a Japanese
Morpheus?
third person.
Yeah.
Not Morpheus. No, it's not. It's not the Matrix.
It's
not Morpheus.
I have to.
Yeah. It's not.
This game looks like it took the red pill when it should have took the fucking blue one.
Looks like it took all the pills. So it's NIOH. We're saying Nio, but you know, if we want to just make fun of it, it can be Neo. There are no fucks.
Yes. No fucks.
We'll continue the Matrix lesson on
yes.
here. Something that Panther and I are interested in and might pick up is The Show, MLB The Show 17, PlayStation exclusive. If they do some changes to Road to the Show, then we're both in for sure.
Yeah.
I decided to skip MLB 16 because the incremental changes are not enough to warrant a new game for me. Same thing with Madden. I don't buy every year. I'll pick it up every couple of years just because they don't change too much.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, those games are that's a big no 17 for me. I'm sure it's a great game. I don't give a shit.
Understandable.
Yeah,
you don't
sure.
like sports.
It's not
games,
your
there
thing.
you go.
It's fine.
No, I play like some NBA Jam or like an arcadey sports game. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
NFL Blitz.
I have fun, and then I go do something else.
Yep. Makes sense.
Next one is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes.
I think you two are both hyped for this.
Yeah, like blood was flowing to my like central area as I was watching stuff and looking at pictures. It's like Turk fucking
Were you
Terminator.
were you looking at pictures of the game, or what were you looking
You
at?
just said you were looking at
Yes.
pictures. So.
I was looking at pictures and I was getting. Whoa!
Easy.
It reminds me of whatever. I saw screenshots that reminded me of Final Fantasy 12. I saw stuff that
Shut your dirty mouth.
triggered me for Skyrim. I saw a screenshot that reminded me of fucking Titanic. Man, this game looks
That was
awesome.
hilarious. That was too funny. That was
I think I'm gonna be that guy to where I don't really give a shit.
That's fine.
Yeah. There's
You
gotta
can be
be
wrong.
there's gotta be one in every crowd. Yeah, of course. I'm wrong. I usually am. No, but I mean I don't know. I feel like there was a game on PS3 that launched that looked similar in premise too, like to where it was futuristic, after some type of cataclysmic event, so like old technology's lying around. I don't know.
Was it Lost Planet?
No.
No.
It was definitely like lush and green like this.
Yeah.
And it was, I think, co-op focused. There was 2 players, but I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I'm at a loss as well. But hey, this game is made by Guerrilla. I mean, they've made some great stuff.
Yeah,
the
Guerrilla's
game
good.
looks amazing. So I'm on board for day one on this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless
I'll
the
wait and see.
reviews come out for it and it's like this game's a piece of shit. But everything I've heard so far from people that have got hands on and played it at events, everyone's loving it. So
Yeah. All right.
I'm excited. Was there anything else we need to talk about?
I think there was one other like small like title.
Actually, I
like
think we're
a
out of time, so we
lowercase
might
a.
have to skip this. I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to just throw it in and say what the hell?
Yeah, let's quickly talk about it.
I guess.
Real quickly. The Last of Us 2. Oh
Holy-
man.
Oh my god, I just came.
My body's
I'm
ready.
I'm going to sleep
Oh
now.
God.
Can I pre-order this already?
Can I pre-order this for you?
God, yes, you can definitely pre-order it for me.
I pre-ordered this as soon as the credits rolled from the first game. Talking about.
Oh my God, yes, Naughty Dog. We all worship at the altar. Last of Us was one of the best games. I think all of us agree that it's one of the best games we ever played.
Yeah.
A first-rate experience, bar none.
You know, the only problem with The Last of Us is you can't go back and play it again for the first time.
Yeah. What a fucking game.
I've played it, and I was doing a live stream of it, and I just got away from doing it, and I was playing it for the 5th fucking time. I've never played the game that many times, a story-driven game.
Yeah.
I was watching it live, and I mean, there has been talk and rumors all over Reddit about them announcing The Last of Us 2. I mean, they've been talking about it since the credits rolled on the first one. But whenever people kept saying there's rumors going to be leaked, going to be there, they're going to announce it, people thought it was going to happen at E3. At E3, at the end of the PlayStation presser, if anyone watched it, just as they said this, they're wrapping it up, the crowd started chanting Naughty Dog. and they just went to screen. They just went the stage said goodbye after stage, and they were gone. And that was it. People were fucking let down, and I was one of them. So I figured with E3 we were gonna get like a fucking teaser. We weren't even gonna get like any real information, but they didn't. Nothing. And then whenever I was watching the PSX conference, and the following we got one more thing to show you running on their new engine. I'm thinking I haven't heard anything about Naughty Dog having a new engine, so I wasn't sure. But when they showed the trees, I was like, oh, please be Last of Us. When they showed the wrecked car, I'm thinking, oh, that's the fucking Last of Us too. It's got to be. But then, all doubts were crushed when they showed the Firefly logo.
Yep.
But that car, the car covered in the moss and in the woods, that was my key.
Yeah,
that it was the Last of Us too.
There.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was getting goosebumps, man.
Blown away. I was sitting here, and the worst thing was I was home by myself when I was watching it. My wife was out of town, and she's not a big gamer. Like, she plays some games, but she's not a gamer like I am. And even when she come home from town, I was like, "Oh, Last of Us 2," and I was she's just looking at me like, "I don't really care." She's like, "I'm happy that you're excited," and I'm like, I was like, watched the trailer, I watched the panel, I watched the trailer like 6 times, and
Tell your old lady, choose your words carefully, lest you find yourself single.
I told her, I said, I gotta buy a PS4 Pro and a 4K TV. She just looked at me, and then I told her, I said, I want to pre-order this, and she goes, I know you're not even fucking kidding. I said, I'm not. If they put a pre-order link online, I'm gonna pre-order the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, agreed.
There's not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah. I don't know what else there is to say. We're all incredibly fucking excited, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Man, just what a fucking game The Last of Us was, and to continue the story and see where they take this is going to be an incredible adventure. We can already see.
Yep. I'm totally blown away. I might have to go watch the trailer again.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Do we want to quickly talk about what we're playing, or we want to just go ahead and
yeah, we could give a quick rundown if you want.
All right, Panther, what are you doing currently?
BF1, duh. Also playing Tomb Raider, which the game is good. I like the first one a lot. I played it, loved it. The second one, I'm not done with it yet. I'm probably maybe quite halfway through, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a fun game. It's story driven and action adventure. And also Watch Dogs 2, which I haven't got a lot of time into yet. I liked the first Watch Dogs. People didn't like it. I thought it was decent. I mean, it was nothing groundbreaking, but the second one I'm liking it so far. It just kind of, the first couple times I played it, I felt like I was like having to relearn how to play the damn game. I don't know why it just didn't feel natural picking up, because I guess I've been playing Battlefield 1 and a lot of Tomb Raider, so I was like trying to kept doing the same controls for the wrong game. But the visuals and stuff in Watch Dogs 2 are really good. The driving mechanics have improved, so I'm happy with it.
Okay. I mean, again, obviously, aside from Battlefield 1, I'm putting some time into Far Cry Primal and GTA 5, which, yes, I've already played before, but there was a Black Friday sale where I got both of those 2 games, and decided they were definitely worth it. Picked up GTA 5 again. I had played it on PS3 when it came out, but switching over to PS4 with the upgrades and everything, and it's come a long way as far as GTA Online. So I definitely was looking forward to getting back into the experience again. And Far Cry Primal, I'm playing for the first time. I think I've only got 3 or 4 hours into it so far, but it's pretty damn good. I've been a big fan of the Far Cry series for a long time, so I was excited for that. And I'm also playing World of Warships on PC still. Lots of fun in that game, sailing around.
I'm going to join you there sometime here in the not too distant future. I'm still collecting parts, but I'm close.
Yeah.
I need a case and a power supply.
I gotta get back into playing that too. That was fun. Played it a few times as well.
Yeah. Also, I have to add, just very, very slightly positive note. No Man's Sky had an update. So there's
My
that.
body is ready. No,
Well,
it's not. It's not actually.
It's honestly, I played a few hours since the update. It's better. It's still not at all what was promised, but they did make some notable improvements in certain things. So
yeah, I don't know. I own it digitally, so it's with me forever and ever and ever. But you know, at some point I'll be like on the verge of depression and suicide, and I'll be like, oh, maybe this will drag me out. And I'll try it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna drag you out. Still not even close. But
probably not.
It's got a significant update after a couple of months of silence from Hello Games. So it's I guess you could say it's on the track.
That was so weird.
It still is.
Sean Murray just going like completely radio the fuck silent. That was crazy.
Yeah. The defenders of the game are out in droves again on the subreddit. I don't know if you've been there lately, but
I've been watching.
It's been taken over again.
I've been watching. The sheeple are assembling.
Yeah. What about you, Work? What are you doing?
The precious. I was gifted a big old syringe full of that video game heroin known as Skyrim Remastered. Yep. So I have completely and fully relapsed into that amazing experience of a game. That game was the best game I'd ever played until I played The Last of Us. Just tossing that out there. It's a fantastic game. If you're into Bethesda like RPG style games.
World RPG.
It's cool. And honestly, if it didn't have mods, I probably wouldn't be playing it now, but I'm having more fun seeing what kind of just crazy shit I can do than I am actually playing through the game. And there was, I think, 1 or 2 of the DLCs that I never got around to, so there's still some fresh content there. But it's good. I'm playing that almost exclusively. Although I don't know, I'm starting to burn out on like the big candle, like the flare's starting to burn out. So I'll probably switch back and forth between it and Battlefield 1 now a little bit.
All right.
It's good. If you've never played Skyrim, it's totally worth $59. Totally, all day.
All right. Well, we've covered a lot of new material. I don't know what the fuck that noise was.
I didn't know it was coming, so I couldn't mute it. That was my esteemed colleague cackling in the living room over something.
That sounded like a bird.
It's the first time you guys have heard cackling in a podcast this week.
Sounds like someone stepped on a fucking canary or something.
Legos claim another victim.
All right, so we've worked through the new format. This has actually been a really long podcast, trying to work through this stuff. But there was a lot of exciting things happening from the PlayStation experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, this is going to be somewhat similar each time we do the podcast now with this new format. So let us know what you think in the comments about the new things that we're trying, what you thought of us going in a slightly wider gaming direction. And, of course, as always, any comments, questions, fuck yous, anything you guys feel like, just let us know. You can find us on SoundCloud. So if you're watching this on YouTube, there should be a link in the description for SoundCloud. It should be somewhat easier to listen, either on the app on your phone or whatever. You can stream it in the car. Also, we'll have a link to the Reddit post for the supposed update that's coming sometime soon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, hopefully. So other than that, thank you guys so much for listening. I know it's been a long-winded podcast, so if you guys stuck around, thank you very much. And we'll see you guys next time on the Bottlefield. Take care.
Later.
Deuces.